Hello, everyone. It is Friday, December 3rd. It's 1:01 here in Hawaii. And I am here today to talk to you about holiday food support. So let me just turn this off real quick. Okay, great. We are on our 5th video on holiday food support. We've talked about some good things. We've talked about planning. We've talked about how to be connected to ourselves. And today we're going to talk about FOMO, fear of missing out, and how that affects our choices with our food. So you may be wondering, how does that affect it? Well, what I have heard from you all is that there is this fear that, oh my gosh, this is the food I'm only going to have around this time. So I need to get that in because it's going to be a year before I have this food. So we're going to talk about that more. So just to remind you, I'm giving away and offering you all food support. So if you want to have a session with me so that we can go specifically into what is happening for you around the holidays, and we can look a little deeper on why that's happening, what are some of the root causes of that, and I can give you a strategic plan. It's December 3rd. We're in the heart of the holidays, right? And it's just going to gear up even more. So if you're needing more support on that, around that, I will put the link below that. And also I can share with you, if you want to go deeper and actually have even more support with me, I can tell you a little bit about that in our session. Now, I am going to be having a Reiki circle in a couple weeks. And for those of you who don't know, Reiki is a beautiful healing practice to bring more peace. And I think that's going to be good for all of us this holiday, right? So I will be in touch with you about that because that's a really lovely way to just create some more peace around our food. Okay, FOMO. So let's look at this. Let me preface this by saying that I'm going to give you some tools around your food, and you have full permission to eat whatever you want, how much you want to eat, full permission to do so. Okay? There is no right or wrong. There is a listening. It is tuning into our bodies and being like, my body doesn't like this much sugar. My body doesn't like this much of whatever it is. There's a point where our bodies are satiated and happy. Now, food isn't always about satiation and nourishment. It is around our emotions and our feelings. And so that's why it can kind of get a little tricky. And a lot of food around this time in our life, this holiday time, is very nostalgic. It is, oh, I have a sneeze coming on. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Okay, it's passed. It is very nostalgic. No, it's still coming. Sorry, guys. Achoo! Woo! Bless me. Thank you. Okay. It is nostalgic. It hits us in these heart spaces. So I know that my mom used to make these when we were little. She used to make these meatballs and sauce. She made them every New Year's Eve, and they would just make us all like for years. And she didn't make them. And she was like, well, I didn't make them because they weren't very good. They were just like, it's what we could do because we, with the money that we had around the holidays. And then we kind of moved on from that. We're all like, we want the meatballs and sauce. So she brought them back around, right? So there are these cookies or these experiences that we connect with our food and our emotions and this feeling inside. And so that's very important for us to realize and to slow down and be with, what am I getting from this food that I have in front of me? Is it the taste of it, or is it a sense of feeling? So when we can slow down and allow ourselves to have the feeling, Oh, this reminds me. Oh, I'm remembering. Oh, to remember that time where we had these and mom made it, or, Graham always brings this, or, whatever your story is. I want you to look at these food choices as not only food choices that then you're shaming yourself for eating, but they're these little nuggets of memories. They're these little places that land in us. And the reason I want you to do that is that is often where the fear of missing out can come in. It can come in as, okay, this is the only time I'm going to get it for this year, and I need to get as much as I can. And I always overeat this, and right on and on and on. So when we can separate the food from the memory, we can really allow ourselves to enjoy whatever that food is. And the chances of us being satiated even more, because we are allowing ourselves to have that experience with the food, can be really helpful. So then you don't have to have the fear of missing out and have to eat tons and tons of it. You can slow down and you can actually enjoy it, and maybe not eat so much that you're feeling really bad about yourself. Because like I said, I don't really care how much you eat. I care about how you feel about yourself, right? So I'm going to give you some of the things that I have done in the past that may work for you, may not work for you. They don't always work for me because of just the situation. But so when it comes to missing out on food, I can remember a mentor of mine saying, I can have any food that I want at any time. We live in a world where I don't have to eat so much of it. I can eat a portion of it. And if I want more, I can go and get it tomorrow, right? So that's the idea of this. I want you to think of, is this the last time that I can have this kind of food? So it is nostalgic, and I get that. But on another level, maybe some other food is like, wow, this Thai food is so good. I have to have more and more of it. It's like, I could probably have some tomorrow if I wanted. Now, some of the things that we can do is, if you're wanting to have seconds, you're wanting to have thirds, and you're feeling like, wow, like this is really, really good. I don't want to stop this. What you can do is ask for some aluminum foil, ask for a plastic container, put your second or third helping into that container and take it with you. So for some people that may be like, well, that would be really awkward if all of a sudden I'm at a party and I pull out a plastic container and I start like making myself to-go containers. I get it. I know. I get the awkwardness of how that may be, but maybe not in all situations. And sometimes I'm okay with being that girl who does that thing, that stuff, if it's going to keep me being sane, if it's going to keep me from enjoying my time with friends or not, where I'm like, okay, let me see if I can just put this in there in my little container and take it for myself to have tomorrow. I did that on Thanksgiving. Other people were doing it. It was fine, right? But they had these little chocolate balls that I was like, I can't eat as many as I want to, or I'll be up all night. Let me just, take a couple for myself tomorrow. So is there anything that you can pack up for yourself? Or another option is ask for the recipe, or say something like, can you make this for me on my birthday? Things like that can allow you to pause, take a breath, take care of the part of you that's saying, I've had enough, and take care of the part of you that's saying, I want more. And the part of you that's saying that I want more is often louder than the part that is saying, I've had enough. So that when we pause and we have a plan around that says, well, I can have it tomorrow, or I can have it next week, or I can have it, right? I don't have to have the fear of missing out on it right this moment. Okay, that can be really helpful. So I want you to tell me how you feel about this. what are your thoughts that come up for you? Yes, I'll give it a try. No, that seems odd. That works sometimes, or that wouldn't work for me because. Tell me a little bit more. See, the more you share with me, the more I can get more specific around actually what's going on with you. So there may be things that I can say, okay, so let's tweak that a little bit. What would this look like? Why are you feeling this way? I'm not able to do that if you're not sharing. So if it doesn't feel comfortable for you to share on our page, which I'm hoping that it does, because this group is for us. This group is a sacred container where women can come together and share very honestly and openly what is present for you. And during this holiday season, this is more of a time for us to use each other. All of us are here because of some sort of struggle or challenge, or that because we want to support each other or lift each other up. If you're someone who wants to support each other and lift each other up, do it here. Help someone else. Put a meme up, share an experience, tell how you're doing. That would be really helpful. And it would be helpful for me to be able to help you more. Okay, let me make sure that okay, so the other part of fear of missing out is, and this is more around your well-being, which definitely affects your food choices. We often think we have to do everything and be everywhere and go everywhere. I don't know about you, but during the whole COVID thing, wasn't it nice where it's like, oh, I can't go there. I guess it's still COVID, right? It's still COVID. There's still restrictions and mandates and all of that. So I honor anyone who's in that space. I feel like I'm a little loosey-goosey around that. So if you're still there, you may still be like, yes, I don't have to go anywhere. I have the excuse. I can say that, we're staying in, we're having a quiet holiday. We're not getting around other people. And that can be such a saving grace. That can allow for us to really slow down and have less stress, that permission. So for those of you who will be gung-ho this holiday, and now there's not the permission to slow down and to say, no, I'm not going there. You're allowed to say, no, I don't want to go. You're allowed to not have the fear of missing out on seeing someone or being with someone. And I know that there is pressure. There's pressure from family. There's pressure from friends. There's internal pressure, because we actually do want to go and do everything. We want to be at different parties, and we want to connect with people. However, we really need to slow down and listen to the voice inside that says, I don't really want to go. I'm really tired. I feel really not that great. And if I feel like I go, I'm just probably going to binge, or I'm just tired. I don't want to. So I'm saying this to you, not as someone who is an expert on this. I'm saying it to you on someone who is learning how to do this. I am learning how to listen to my body and to myself, and giving myself permission to say no and say yes to what I need. The only way that we can do that is by slowing down and allowing ourselves to have permission. So there may be things that you feel like I have to do it, when really you don't. You really don't. Then there are the times where you really have to, or you really want to, but a part of you doesn't. That's when we need to take special measures. That's when we need to take special care of ourselves and say, okay, well, I'm only going to go for this amount of time, or I'm going to eat before I go. I'm too wired. If I go there without food, right, then I'm going to overeat, or I'm not going to feel good about myself, right? I'm saying it again. You're allowed to overeat. I'm just more concerned about how you feel about yourself. All right. So the fear of missing out on different opportunities, seeing different people, being around other people, being in the environment that you think is going to light you up. If your body's saying no, know that there's a fear. and you're allowed to listen. There could be the fear of missing out, right? Fear of hurting someone's feelings. Listen to yourself. You are the most important. Saying to myself, I'm the most important, right? Okay, so to recap, fear of missing out around our food. Make choices. Know that you can eat this food. Again, notice that there is a nostalgic experience with these foods, and slowing down to be with them can satiate you on a deeper level. And also the fear of missing out on opportunities, seeing other people, listening to yourself. So I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know if it was. Next week, in our next video, we're going to talk about travel. I'm heading in a week. A week from today, I'll be on a plane heading to Pittsburgh. A long flight. What do I do when I go and I travel? I'm going to tell you some of the things that I do to keep myself feeling nourished and feeling taken care of and not feeling like I'm overeating. Just different health tips and stuff that I have found over this time to support me and to help my son too. And we'll talk about road trips as well. Okay, everyone, sending you so much love. Have a wonderful day and a great weekend. Mwah. Bye.